Remind Senator Carper that I can remember when I first was involved. I was in the House at that time. It was back in 1987, my first year here. At that time, Madam Secretary, the biggest problem we had with the Highway Trust Fund is we had too much surplus in it. Right. And of course, those days are long gone. At that time, I had said, if we better prepare now and put in an escalation clause. So you have it indexed in some ways, and this is something that very likely is going to be looked at. You know, at the end of the Obama administration, Madam Secretary, the United States Department of Transportation solicited applications for the fast lane grants. I know there are two of those. That was established in the FAST Act, and I know that we have a couple of them in my state of Oklahoma. And people are always calling me up and asking me the question that I'm about to ask you, and is, do you have an update as to that you can provide us as to when we could expect some kind of an announcement concerning those grants?
The administration came in, as you well know, less than 3 months ago, and so we are in the process of evaluating those. Some, I hope, pretty soon that we will be releasing a tranche, and then we will be taking a look at the others. Good. We're very much aware of the needs of rural America, and so we are reviewing all of this with an eye toward, in particular, the needs of rural America.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I think the administration has made it very clear, and you've made it very clear, that we're looking at the streamlining that was put together in both the 21 bill and the FAST Act. And that was the time, during that time frame, I chaired the committee, and Senator Boxer was the ranking member, and we worked together on these streamlining things. And there are a lot of times when she would put her foot down, but we always ended up realizing that you have to compromise when you're putting one of these things together. And I say that because one of the concerns I have is that some of the previous streamlining that we've achieved might not have been implemented to the truest intent of Congress. For example, we provided a categorical exclusion for projects in the existing operational right-of-way. However, the implementation of this provision still requires paperwork from our state DOTs and approval federal highways that a project can receive a categorical exclusion. Is the department reviewing guidance issued by the previous administration to ensure that our streamlining efforts are being implemented to their fullest? And everyone out there who's a contractor, who's working out and participating in what we are going to be doing, you and us in concert, they're interested in this streamlining because you can get so many more miles out of it. And that was an agreement from the Democrats and the Republicans.
What you just mentioned is very important in terms of helping the permitting process along. That's the categorical exemptions. This effort has started. We're taking a renewed look at it and making sure that indeed we are implementing it in the speed and in the way that the Act requires.
Yeah, that's music to my ears and the ears of a lot of other people who have already started participating. Even though projects right now are not ongoing from the FAST Act itself, we know that what our intent was, and our intent was clearly to get as many miles out of that as possible. Now, yesterday I chaired the Transportation Infrastructure Subcommittee, and we looked at innovative solutions for public sector funding and private sector financing of infrastructure projects. We had state and local witnesses talking about the different initiatives that they're taking to prioritize infrastructure, including working with the private sector. But there was an overall agreement that the federal government must remain the lead in our infrastructure investment. Is that the view of the administration as well?
We are certainly very concerned about this, and we are taking the leadership on it.
Well, you know, I think most of us up here are very, very excited about the prospects. I've had a lot of my good Democrat friends who have a different philosophy than I have on most other issues. saying this really is what we're supposed to be doing. I've often said there's an old worn-out document nobody reads anymore. It's called a Constitution. We're supposed to be doing two things here, defending America, and they called them post roads back there, but they're talking about infrastructure. So we're all looking forward to working with you in a very effective way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.